Let's jump into the next module for SOQL for admins. It's create relationship queries with custom objects. So it's been so long that now there actually is a person that walks you through this. I'm thinking maybe that person could be very useful helping us out, but maybe I'm useful as well. So I'll just go ahead and solve it my way. What I have been doing is I have been not reading the instructions and then solving it on my own. So we'll do the same thing. It does look like this one does, however, need us to install a package. So I won't make you watch that. So I'll pause, install the package. Looks like install the package and then import data. Okay, so we'll do that. I'll pause it. All right, that has been installed. Scroll down. So finish this. The steps were very simple. Just follow them. It's very easy. Took me about, I don't know, 2-3 minutes while looking at emails. Then it wants us to explore the schema. I actually don't tend to use the schema builder. I think it's nice. It's visual. Let's at least use it for what we can right here. It's showing us that there is, looks like one broker and then many here. So one broker can have many properties. So that makes sense. I actually use a tool called, I forgot what it's called. Let me look. It's called Salesforce Inspector. If you have Chrome or Edge, I believe Edge, you can install this Chrome extension. So again, it's called Salesforce Inspector. Somehow it's free and it is an amazing application. I'll use my queries, or I'll write my queries here with this because it is so easy to actually write queries with this opposed to the developer console and writing queries there. For one thing, you can actually easily, it does IntelliSense very easily, as well as it allows you to export in Excel or CSV. You can even import data as well, but for now, just an export is easy. But also, it showed us here that broker and property are two objects. Let's look at those. So let me type in, and I already did a really quick look just to make sure it would work. So I'm going to come in here and type broker, and there it is. There's my object, including the first 3 characters if I just wanted to look at all the records. But I'll click broker and then show all data. And there we go. All the fields here on the broker object are here, and then the relationships down below, including the child name. So there should be a, I already forgot what it's called, property. There should be a property down here. Here. So here we go. So there's the properties object, a slightly different look. Again, you can use the Salesforce's custom schema builder if you want, but if you just need to look at the actual data and see where the relationships are, especially in an example where you're going to actually query the data, then I feel like the Salesforce Inspector is great. So let's write a query. I'm going to click Data Export now, and let's do from property. Look at the IntelliSense, so great. So select from property. Here's all the fields that I would possibly need to pull from. So hit a comma and then select address. One thing that can trip you up, if you start clicking the hyperlinks down here, it will add the field and a comma. So make sure you delete that so you have an actual query that will run. So we should be able to also use broker, and look, here it is. So broker is here. If I just click broker, again, that comma adds, so broker is there. I have the broker ID, which could be useful, but let's type B again. there's the relationship here as well. So the relationship is very easy. I don't have to look for it anywhere. It's actually very easy in here. So I can just click broker, and then all my broker fields are here. So I'll pick name. There we go. So now I have broker, the relationship to broker, and then name. And I can now see usable information here. I see this is the address and this is the name of the broker. So really good tool, the Salesforce Inspector, great tool. So I already thought, I was thinking maybe this person would be very useful and maybe I could be useful as well. This person probably won't be talking about a non-Salesforce tool. Again, that Salesforce Inspector is great, especially for writing queries and especially for writing relationship queries. Let's come down and see what else they're asking. Query custom objects. Okay, exactly what we did. Query custom objects, and with the help of IntelliSense, thanks to Salesforce Inspector. Creating a child to parent query. Yes, we did that. And custom relationship in the name. Did exactly that. Even pulled name. And create a parent to child query. Broker. So I think we're probably, yeah. So if you wanted to see the broker first and then all the properties, I didn't do that, but you can do that as well, obviously in Salesforce Inspector. So let's see what the questions are. Okay. So now we need to actually create some classes. Let's see. Oh, all right. And then I guess at some point we'll have to write a query for this. Okay. Create a class named. Okay. So we'll hit launch. I think I am already launched because I had to do the install. But let's hit it again. Let's see what that does. Nice. Okay. Create a class named property utility. And how long did we have for this? 20 minutes. Let's see if I can still do this under the 20 minutes after all that explanation. Okay, create a class named property utility. New class. I like to copy and paste, especially in here if you don't have the exact right names. They won't give you the credit. So property utility is the name of the class. Then create a method named. They didn't. Oh, they did. So it's a public static method that returns void. So we don't have to instantiate this. You just call it straight away. So we're going to add a public static void method called new list properties. Does not look like it needs any parameters. Okay. Create a list. Is that list in there? Are you doing that within the class? New prop list. Create a query and assign the query results to the list. Get this information. The name of the. Okay, so this is probably the properties. Okay. Get the name of the property, the broker's email address, and how long the property has been on the market. Okay. So probably, we'll probably go back to Salesforce Inspector for this. Name of the property, broker's email address. Now it doesn't say what type of, it just says create a list here. So I wonder, can we just do, well, we'll do property and see how it looks. We'll make it a list of properties. So list property. I think that was what it was called. List property. And they want us to get this data and load it in there. The name of the property. So let's come back to property. Good. So we have name. Let me just start over. And I think we wanted the broker's name too. But, so name, broker's email address, comma, B, broker. So we'll use the relationship broker R, and now we have broker fields. And I think it was email address. There we go. Email. And how long the property has been on the market. It's probably on the property. Days on market. Perfect. Here we go. So click export. And there we have it. So there's our query. Copy that. Alt tab back in. We can say new prop list equals that query. Expand a little bit. And we do have an error. Value does not exist. Helps if I spell it right. Paste. Control S to save. I think we've done what they wanted so far. So we've gotten to here. Object property. Oh, okay. Property. Oh, okay. Now a where clause. The property needs to be listed within the last 30 days. Can probably use 30 days. I forget what they're called. You can say where days on market, and it's helping me out here because I'll take the help. I think it said greater than 30 days. No. Listed within the last 30 days. So I think, gosh, how do you do this? There's a way you can actually query these. Salesforce, SOQL. I'll just write 30 days. Let's see what it comes back with. Oh, last, we can do that. Great. Last in days 30. Okay. So we'll say less than. And we'll try it here first. Less than last in days, and it looks like it takes a parameter of 30. Didn't like that. Value of filter to the market must be of type double. Oh, I thought that was a date. I completely messed that up. Less than or equal to 30. There we go. Completely messed that up. But maybe useful if you're using dates. These the ways you can actually query dates in SOQL is very nice. So I think that's our query. We wanted to add this where clause. Oops. Less than 30. Save it, make sure there's still no errors. Okay. And create a loop that iterates through the query results. I think that's still the prop list. For each item, concatenate the property name followed by a colon. Followed by the broker's email address. Oh, okay. Property name colon broker email. Okay. And store that in a variable named prop email. Okay, so since we are going to loop through it, let's change our query a little bit. We'll use a SOQL, I think it's called a SOQL query. SOQL for loop. So we'll say, we'll get rid of this. Actually, it does want us to make it a prop list. This is fine. So we'll loop through it for property. Give it a variable name P2, all the properties, new prop list. So that will be our loop. And it wants us to get property name, broker, email. And it wants us to store it in a variable called prop email. So we'll say string prop email equals p dot property name. And way to go, Salesforce, with the IntelliSense. Must have got jealous of Salesforce Inspector. So p.name. Then we need to concatenate colon. I don't think it said a space. And then the broker's email. Ooh, I hope we can get this. Should be able to. Oops. Okay. And going back, and print the prop email variable to the debug log. Okay, let's run it and see how we do. Nice. 500 points. Hopefully that helped. What probably was the most important lesson there was, again, I tend to not use, for writing queries anyway, for writing my SOQL queries, I tend to use the Salesforce Inspector. I think it's a really good tool. Again, it's free. It's a Chrome extension. It's very easy to get there. As soon as you log into Salesforce, you'll have this icon over here. Click that. Click data export. There's a lot more uses for it, but it was really useful here, especially in